Yo, what's up guys? Coach Joe, lead trainer of the Grindhouse, currently in the frozen tundra, the Grindhouse, aka the garage, aka the best place in the world. Okay, so the video that I would like to present to you today, or the topic I would like to discuss, is taking risks. And I think that's something that, one, a lot of people are afraid to do. I think taking a risk is a fearful decision or an action to take. But I think it's definitely required to get you to become the strongest version of yourself. And I think that a lot of people neglect it out of fear. And I was the same way growing up. I did a lot of things, out of fear, where I stayed inside when I should have went out and played, or I didn't ask a girl out because I was afraid she was going to say no, or I didn't try something because I was afraid I wasn't going to be good at it. But ultimately, all I did was close doors. And, if you're stuck in a job that, this is just a great example. If you're stuck in a job that you absolutely hate and you want to leave it all the time, and all you do is come back and tell your friends and your family or your kids how much you hate your job and how much of a negative impact it has in your life, you got to do something about that. And I've gotten questions about that with people through my inbox, saying that they hate their job or their current situation. But they can't, muster up the courage to just leave that situation, or even if it's like a relationship or something like that, where the fear is present. But let me tell you this, okay? When you make a risk-taking action, all right, it's one of the most beneficial things you can do because you grow from it. And you learn it, and something happens, and something changes, and it can be positive or it can be negative, that doesn't matter, but you're growing from it in some sort of way. If you get out of a relationship, for example, right, and it was a long relationship, and you get out of it, and it was tough, and you were afraid to do this all the time, but you finally did it, right, you're going to grow on that journey because now you're in a totally different situation. So being in these different situations really causes growth. And when you're growing to become stronger, that's really when you're living life. Is when you're out there and you're making these decisions. And I'm not saying be, super risky and do something, something crazy, or maybe I am. Maybe fuck it. Maybe, do some crazy shit. Maybe this world lacks people who aren't doing enough crazy things, and we get stuck in that societal trap. And, sometimes without taking risk, we get stuck, like I said, in being a drone-like state where we're working for people and they're telling us what to do and telling us how to think and telling us how much we're worth. And that's not the life that I want to live. And it's a life that I have lived before. And I'm sure many of you have lived it or are living it right now. And I don't think that's the life that you deserve. And that's my personal opinion. But I think that if you're not your own boss, or you're not in a really good atmosphere and environment that you feel like you're constantly growing, you got to get out of there. Because the whole point of living life is to grow stronger physically, grow stronger mentally. And if you're stuck in these corporations or these businesses, or doing something that you absolutely hate, or you're just in a situation that isn't making you grow, then you're just dying. And I know we're all going to die, but a lot of us have a choice to live a lot longer than when most people die. And if that makes sense. I mean, most people die, when they give up their ability to live because they gave it to somebody else. So if that makes any sense. I mean, sometimes I just talk and it's crazy, but I really think that a lot of people get stuck in that societal trap. And, I've been through a lot of examples where taking risks have benefited me in huge ways. And the other thing, too, is I've had risks that I've taken that have impacted me in a negative way, but down the road, something positive came out of it. For example, I was in college. I went to Albright College, right? I was studying, you can see, Albright lacrosse, right? Well, that lasted a whole whopping year. Okay, I went to Albright College for a year. I was on, up there playing lacrosse. Lacrosse is something that I love to do. And once I got there and I started going to school and I started playing lacrosse, I realized that it's not where I wanted to be in my life. And I was never a quitter. I never quit. And if I did quit, something in my gut didn't feel right, so I always hopped back into it. I think that was only one time that I ever really can stick out that I quit besides this time. And so I remember I talked to a lot of people, and it really came down to my happiness, and I just wasn't happy in the current situation. So I remember walking into the coach's office and just saying, it's nothing against you, it's totally respectful to you and the team and the program, but this just isn't where I want to be, and it's not what I wanted to do, and I wasn't really trying to make any hard feelings. And the craziest part about it is right when I walked out that door, I felt so goddamn relieved that I got that out of my chest, because now I had the freedom to focus on all the things that I wanted to do. I could go to the gym more. I could do better in school. I could meet people, you know, and I didn't have any restrictions, because in the end, I was my own boss. And I think that's a lot of things that people need to grasp is, or a big thing that someone needs to grab is, you want to be your own boss. Ultimately, it all comes down to you want to be in control. You know, you want to be able to take your lunch break. You want to be able to make as much money as possible. You want to be able to go to the bathroom and you want to go to the bathroom. You want to be able to do whatever you want to do and still make money doing it and live a happy life. So I think in the back of our minds, it's already programmed that we want to be our own boss, but sometimes we just can't muster up the courage to be our own boss. And I think that taking that risk and taking that leap of faith, because it really is just a leap. You just went all out. I spilled everything I had out, and I went on a different journey. You know, we came to a fork in the road, and I was like, boom, going this way. You know, no looking back. And after that, I knew I wasn't going to go back to college or that college, right? So I came home. And once I came home, I got a personal training job, right? And I really helped build a business over a long period of time, about 2 years, and I really found my passion, you know. And then another decision, and this is crazy, but I was a personal trainer, like I said, this place for 2 years, right? It was a home to me. It was where everything started. It's the foundation of what got me to where I am today. And what I did is I took a risk, right? Because I really needed money. I was going to school. I was paying a lot of money monthly, so I decided to go back to school, which I was unsure of. And I really didn't believe in the education system at that time with where my head was at. And I went back to school, right? And I quit that job as a trainer, which was really hard for me to do. And I got a job in being a pool man. I was going around servicing pools. Okay, I was cleaning pools for 2 hours, you know, a job for 12 hours a day. Just sitting there with the vacuum, just sucking shit off the bottom of a pool. You know, pretty mindless work. And at first, you know, it was kind of cool because it was different. You know, I'm by myself. I don't have to deal with a lot of other things that go on with training that I didn't like. But then what happened is, after time went on, I realized this isn't what I fucking want to do. This isn't what I love. This isn't what I'm passionate about. I don't wake up every morning and I'm like, hell yeah, I can't wait to go clean a pool. No. But did I give it my all? Yes. I gave it my all. I showed up every day. I woke up at 5 in the morning, got to the shop. I worked my balls off and I made good money. But through that experience of taking the risk, leaving my personal training job and taking on this other job, which is your typical, you know, 9 to 5. In my case, it was 9 to whenever the hell you get done, sometimes like 7:30 at night. I took that job, and through that experience, that risk, I learned that I'm so passionate about what I'm doing right now. I'm in my goddamn garage, a 2-car garage, and I train people all the time, and I'm growing stronger. And this is what I love to do. And it took me, you know, to make that decision, or it took me to take that risk, right? That risk to realize that this is what I love. And it's through these risks that we take that we really, truly grow. So you have to remember that. Whenever, you know, you're making a decision or you're taking a risk, always ask yourself, how am I going to grow from this? And if you're stuck in a situation that's unpleasant and your mood's changing and you're just fucking, you know, you're not happy with your life, and excuse my language, I just get so passionate about this because I want people to feel the way I do about, you know, what I do. And I talk to people so many times throughout the day where they just hate what they do and the stress of what they do, and they can't do this because of their job, and that's not the way to live. The way I see it, right, is it would be not in your best interest to just live a lifestyle like that. Instead, what would be in your best interest is to live every day to the fullest, doing what you love. And that does not mean that days are going to be easy. That does not mean that you do what you love and millions of dollars will fall in your lap. No, okay? Because I think that's BS. I think the truth is, if you do what you love, all those tough days are way more worth it than if you were working a 9 to 5. Because you have this vision, you have this goal, your heart and your soul is poured into this, that at the end of it all, you can look back and say, yes, that was worth it. That was all worth it. Every inch that I put in, or every tear that I dropped, or all the blood that I shed to make this happen, that was all worth it. And I feel like people who are stuck in the societal trap of being told what to eat, what to drink, when to take a shit, when to take a piss, how much you're worth, boom, stamped on your forehead. I think that when they look back on it, most people say, damn, you know, I wish that I traveled, or I wish that I got a different job, or I wish that I owned my own this, or I wish I did my own that. Well, the thing is the time is now, and you can do that, and you need to take the risks. Be confident in yourself. Have faith in yourself, more than anything. Have faith just in yourself that you're going to be a successful person, and you'll find that passion. And I'm talking to people, and maybe you don't know what your passion is, and that's a whole different video, but all I'm saying is the way you find your passion is to just go out there and live life passionately. So, you may not know exactly what you want to do the rest of your life, and you may be confused. And, I went through the whole phase of this for about 2 years. I had no idea what I wanted to do. I had no idea where my head was at. But what I try to do is change my attitude. And if you go through life passionately all day, every day, with everything you do, I don't care if it's, scooping up poop for your dog. If you go about that passionately and you find, something to be passionate about that with, and then you go to the gym and you train really hard and you're passionate about that, and through this passionate expression, you're going to create that energy around you. You're going to create something that you end up falling in love with and falling to be very passionate about. And that could be, all sorts of different things, which I talk about through my videos. But I think the key to that is when you're confused is just to go out and enjoy life, live life, be passionate about life, be passionate with your actions. And then you will find something that truly brings you happiness and something that all those hard days are worth fighting for. All right, so this starts right now. Okay, it starts today. It starts after you watch this video. And I'm not here to try to motivate you because motivation is BS. And you may be motivated for a week or a day. But what you have to do is start really putting the action forward and starting the journey. Okay? And once you start that journey and the ball's rolling and the passion is flowing, you're going to find what you love, you're going to be super successful, and you're going to make it happen. I'm talking to you from experience of a kid who was very confused for a long time, thought he knew, the map to my success, the map to what I was going to do, and I was so far off. And now I'm really starting to grasp everything through the actions I've been implementing of living a passionate life. So I hope that this helps some of you guys who maybe are stuck or a little bit confused or don't know what they're passionate about. And if you have any questions, please feel free to email me. Everything's confidential or it's private. And you can do that at zatstrength@gmail.com. Okay, you can just go on my Facebook, Joey Zatmary, send me a message. Or I'm on the Instagram @zatstrength. You can send me a direct message or something like that with maybe your story or a situation you're in. But start taking the risks. Live dangerously, live passionately, and things will fall into place. And that's from my honest to God truth. My heart, is in this, and I believe that everyone is capable of that. And the last thing I want people to do is be stuck in this societal trap. It's garbage. All right, keep kicking ass and taking names. Jay Zat, Frozen Tundra.